Hey guys, what's going on, and welcome back to What Shall We Do Next, and we are back with another video about Annabelle. I haven't talked about Annabelle for about a month. Good job, Mike. And yeah, try and ignore that. I was trying to do a little bit there at the beginning, and this thing, no, it just won't stop, so try to ignore it. It will shut up on its own. It's the little music box that I got. If you guys remember, I got this to commemorate Janice, who we shall be talking about today, by the way, because it has the "You Are My Sunshine" song from Annabelle Creation. And I am also rocking the Annabelle shirt today. See, we're twinning. Twinsies! But no, seriously, everybody, be depressed now, because we have an issue. We have a problem. And I don't know how to feel about it. Well, you guys know, I've talked about Annabelle Creation multiple times. It's my favorite Annabelle movie, and specifically the character Janice. I have a very, very soft spot for the character Janice, and I think it's because, well, I've mentioned her before on my channel. I've talked about, like, how that movie really, like, kind of makes me sad instead of scared. And I guess I always just felt bad for the character. Even though I know she's not real, I know it's a fucking fictional character, you don't have to tell me. I just get very invested in movies, and I'm very empathetic toward characters who, like, for example, I've talked about this before, but, like, there's sad movies that make you sad, like Titanic, and, you know, those kind of movies. And then there is movies that are meant to make you scared, but they still make me sad. In fact, I think they make me just as sad as, like, sad movies. And I'm talking about, like, Jeepers Creepers, when Derry gets taken away by the creeper at the end, and Trish, his sister, is running, and you just know that there's no way she's gonna catch him, but she's still, like, it's her last resort is to run after him, screaming his name. And then it's kind of when she accepts, the moment she accepts she's never gonna see her brother again, is when she just stops and looks at the sky, and it's just like the creeper just disappears, and it's like fucking heartbreaking. It makes me cry. The same with Wrong Turn, when Scott gets killed. Like, him and Carly were engaged, and they were, like, so happy together throughout the movie, but then when Scott dies right in front of Carly, and then she's like, we have to go back, we have to go back, and it's like, man, it's like, it's such a heartbreaking thing. And I get that with a lot of movies, and Janice from Annabelle is definitely one of them. And I think it makes it worse because she's such a young girl, and she's like a little orphan. Like, she's got so many problems in her life, and it kind of makes me feel bad about when I complain about my life, because I could have her life, and she's got dealt such worse cards than what I got dealt. My life actually isn't too bad, but I sit there and complain about the little things while I know it's a character, okay? Shut the fuck up. Just listen. But this is what I mean. Like, I know they're not real. It's not like I'm a fucking demented person who lives in the world of horror movies and, like, everything's real. No, I know they're fake, but it's like I get very invested in them, and I feel for the characters in the movie. And I've specifically talked about Janice before. She did not deserve that. Poor Janice. She had polio. She was paralyzed. She was an orphan. She got possessed by a demon which controlled her until 12 years later, when she inevitably committed suicide, and the demon probably took her soul. And the worst part was when Linda was on the bus, and she still had Janice's doll, and she's like looking out the window, and you can see she's trying to see her friend out there somewhere, but she never saw her ever again. That breaks my fucking heart so much. Like, that's such a sad movie. Now I am gonna cry. So as you can see, I don't really handle that movie very well. Like, I'm having a mental breakdown at the end of the movie. It's really sad. It's so sad. I can't handle this video. But I had a dream last night. You guys know how I tell you about my dreams. I literally told you one like 2 days ago. Well, I had another one last night. And it's so annoying because I've lost the majority of the dream. It was a long dream. And I remember it feeling like it went on a lot longer. But now all I remember, because I woke up multiple times, and I think what happened was I went back to sleep, and as I've woke up like a few times later, I've like forgot the dream. But I remember one part very distinctly, and I was actually in the Mullen's house, which is the house in Annabelle Creation, and it was like I recognized it instantly, but it didn't feel like a dream. It felt like I was actually there. Like, I felt like I was fully aware of what I was seeing. It wasn't like I was there and I was just in this house and I trying to, you know, when you're in a nightmare or something, you're trying to figure it out. No, this felt like I knew who I was. I was who I am now, and I stood in the, what is like, and it's weird because I even dreamt the house layout was perfect and everything. And this took place downstairs, pretty much in the hallway and the living room. So I was in the living room looking at the big doorways that leads out into the hallway, and I was pretty much facing the bottom of the stairs, and then you have like the front door was to my left. That's all I remember up to. Like, I don't know if anything happened before that or not, but I remember that I was standing in the living room looking, and I instantly knew, like, I could see the stair lift and everything, the chair that goes up the stairs with Janice on it because of her leg with her polio. And I was looking, and I was like, oh my god, I'm in the Mullen's house, and there was nobody around. It was very, like, kind of cold. I remember it feeling cold, and it was kind of just dark, but it is like that in the movie because it's based in the 1950s, so it is a very, like, old-fashioned dark wooden house. And the next thing I know is I walk out into the hallway, and bam, Janice comes falling out of the fucking sky right in front of me. Weirdly, it didn't scare me or anything. It just kind of, like, just happened, and I felt like a little bit of panic. And so in the dream, it was like that scene in the movie where she's on the stair lift coming down, and the demon keeps making it go back up again. So she ends up, like, stopping, and then the demon, like, throws her out of the chair, and she comes crashing down onto the ground in the hall. Like, she falls all the way that height from the upstairs to the downstairs. I was basically watching that scene happen right before my eyes. Like, I was there to watch it, except I was already downstairs while probably Janice was on her way down, and then she fell from the sky and, like, crashed on her fucking face, and it was awful to see that. And it felt so real too, which was insane. It was like I knew what was going on, so I must have been aware that it was just a dream, but it felt so real. I didn't see what threw her. It wasn't like I saw the little girl, Samara Lee, who plays Annabelle Higgins, the Higgins daughter who died, or even the demon with the horns. I didn't see anything like that. All I saw was her coming down, and then I didn't see any demons or anything. I guess what threw her was invisible, just like in the movie. And I watched the scene again today just to see how exact it was, and there was a couple of differences. In the dream, she was wearing a brown dress, which she does wear in the movie, but it's near the beginning. But in the scene where she gets thrown down the stairs, she's actually wearing like a greenish nightgown. But in my dream, she was wearing a brown dress, and I remember her laying on the floor wearing that brown dress, and she was like unconscious. It like fucking knocked her out, and I panicked. I didn't really know what to do, and it was kind of scary and sad at the same time. I just kind of felt like I don't know what to do in this situation. And so the only thing that I could really think of to do was I went over, I turned her over because she was like on her face, and I turned her over and she was unconscious, and her face was cut and stuff like that. Like in the movie, she had like a cut, and I knew it was going to be bad. And I just picked her up and I carried her out toward the front door. I just knew that I had to get her out of that house. And that's all I remember, but it's there, but I know there was more, but I don't remember what happened. But I remember... Are you fucking kidding with me right now? The light just went out again, guys. This is like happening. This is twice I've caught this on camera. Why are you doing this to me? Turn on the light, demon. If it comes back on right now, I'm gonna fucking dookie in my pants so bad. Stay. Stay. I saw you flicker, you mother. Catch me outside, how about that? But back to the dream. I knew I had to get her out of the house, but as I was walking with her, like I carried her like this, like her legs over this side and her head was this side, and I was walking to the door, and I just felt the most fucking scary, like uneasy feeling behind me because I had my back to the stairs and like the whole rest of the house, and it was really scary and dark, and I just remember thinking like, I gotta get out of here, and I gotta get her out of here. But that's all I remember up to now, and I wish I could remember what happened next because there was more to it, but I don't remember. But it was pretty insane. It was pretty intense, and weirdly, I didn't feel that sad when I woke up. I just kind of like was like, wow, that was fucking insane. Like, I just had a dream about Annabelle, the creation, or specifically Janice. Like, that's crazy. Maybe it's like, I don't know. I mean, maybe because that character really does have a little soft spot in my heart, I guess. And I guess even though she's a character, not a real person, I do feel bad for her. Even though I haven't watched Annabelle for over a month. Last time I watched it was New Year's Eve. And I guess maybe she just must be like still on my mind, because it's one of those things that you watch, and for me it was like one of those things I could never get it out of my head, and sometimes I will just like think about it, and it does make me sad. But at least I was brave enough to actually get her out of the situation instead of just running for my own fucking life, which I wouldn't be surprised if I actually did that in real life, to be honest. But yeah, it was kind of weird and it was a little sad, but I just thought I would share that dream with you. It's not the first time I've ever dreamt about a movie. I have dreamt about like being in movies before. I've dreamt The Wrong Turn cannibals were coming for me. I've dreamt about Pennywise chasing me. It's weird. I've never had like a dream about Annabelle before though, so this was a first. But guys, let me know in the comment section for question of the day. Have you ever had a dream that you are in a movie, whether it be good or bad? Let me know in the comment section. Smash a like on the video, and I'll see you right back here in the next one. Peace out and chase your dreams. And I am just gonna leave this going to commemorate Janice. Just gonna leave it right there and let it play into the darkness.